Alright, that's starting to look right. That's starting to look right. Welcome to Space Engineers in the Morning. I am the Blind Gaming Guy, and this is Space Engineers 2. Last week, we finished a mission and ended up with 2 new ion ships that I decided I was going to combine into one useful one, because I don't like how they're put together, and it wouldn't let me just do what I wanted to them for dumb reasons. For example, let's put this one in, put a block in. You don't own this block. So, for that reason, it's going away. We have 2 ion ships here to do it from, though. So, let's start grinding. Button. They used a button panel for the shaping on this ship. So I hope you all had a good weekend. In my house, the saga of the dead washing machine continues, but alas, has not been resolved. Let's go and grab that steel plate that was floating away. Flighting away? You know what I meant. Really? Oh dear. And on we go. Sorry. I have to get a drink. My mouth filled up with cotton. Good morning, Tom. Good to see you again. Alright, if I can ever figure out what causes it to lock on, I'd be happy. Space Engineers 1, if you click it twice, it locks on. That does not work here, however, so, you know, whatever. Well, there's those button panels. That button panel. Yeah, it really was the big part of the side of the ship. Now we'll come here, do the front one, same, right, the wrong button, managed to turn off my jetpack as I was trying to position myself. I know this is probably really thrilling, ripping apart a ship to build a new one, but hey. I kept saying I was going to build my own ion miner, and then they gifted me with one. And it doesn't work very well. And there's lots of resources here that could be mined, so I'm building a better ion miner. I don't say mine will be more visually interesting than theirs, but I'm going to build one that I like better. I like the functionality of it better. How's that? What's this? They hid crates in the middle of here? Oh, this is the space hopper version. This is just the... that's the miner. This was the... They made a pickup truck in outer space. That's a different idea. I have to admit, I would have never thought of making a pickup truck in space. A spaceship with modular cargo? Yeah, done that. But with a flatbed, with the actual pickup bed in it? Nope. That one would not have occurred to me. And the step they do here to get in and out of the cab, I think is hilarious. Very outer space. You did not catch the sarcasm at all. Alright.
Suit energy low.
Ah! Okay. Alright. Back to it. We're reaching a point where I'm going to have to start taking functional bits off. Which worries me, the way things tend to fly away from me in space. try leaving one thruster in every direction on. We've got one forward thruster on the other side, so we can take both those off to this side. Okay. I'll need to save one of these three. Okay. And do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Now, take out reverse thrust tubes next. Leave the one on that side, same as we did on the other side. Let's go into your inventory because I feel that's going to be a necessary thing. It's very soon. I just dropped my grinder off. Okay. That one can't be removed. Okay, now let's take out back two of these. Take out the far side two of those. Okay. Now let's take care of things above the battery and behind the cockpit. Which is where the gyro is. Now, that is as stripped as it could be and still be completely stationary on its own. from here on, grinding, everything I grind makes a big difference. So I bump it the wrong 2 directions now, it can float off into oblivion. So very careful now. Now it's 3 directions. Four. 5. And now the battery is free floating. And haha, we've gotten everything without having to chase it through space. Alright. The first ship has been broken down. Alright. Second ship time. Well, let's start with the big old drills. Okay, drills are gone. Ore detector gone. Gyro. And let's go into your inventory. Oh, I hope they work on cargo mechanics soon enough. That giving us our alt middle mouse for empty all. This is something I don't think I can build. But we will survive anyway.
Inventory full.
Apparently it was full of lead. We still have plenty of empty space. Alright. Now, we don't have to worry about inventory in there anymore. Let's do... Alright, that leaves us with a cargo container and a connector of space left. Hopefully, that's enough to finish demolishing that vehicle, and we won't have to start trying to build it while this one's half demolished. I'm going to guess it's not, and I'm going to guess I end up starting to build a new one while that one's still half built. And why, all of a sudden, is the sound from those thrusters so loud? Okay, we have now cut apart all of these things. Let's cut the connector out. These light iron cubes out. Landing gear. Okay, that leaves me with 2 large thrusters. This one's not even connected anymore. Oops. You know how careful we were to keep from breaking apart the other one? Making sure we had all the thrust directions as we broke it apart. I didn't succeed this time around. Is there ice anywhere else? No, that is all the ice on this. 0.65. No, it's plenty. Okay. Yeah, we didn't succeed at doing that this time. At the rather awkward location of the battery on the ship, still be being we'll find a break part. Everything behind and on the bottom side of the battery. See, the battery is literally held on with a wing and a prayer too. Very uncomfortable with the way that ship is being held together. But there's nothing I can do about it, because that's the way it was built. Alright. Start here, I guess. There's some next piece that's in the way. Now let's grind off this side. You know what, sometimes the way the sparks jump, it looks like fireworks going off in the right side of my work space. It makes no sense, because the sparks are shooting to the left. Looks like the sparks aren't sure where they got launched from. Alright. Yeah, we just keep going. And to be honest, I would have rather be able to not break these ships down completely like I had to. But it wouldn't let me build on them, so to 0 it is. Alright. That side of the ship is completely broke down. My inventory is more than half full. Let's go empty it so that I can break down this side.
Suit energy low.
Alright, suit energy low. Let's go charge up. And away we go. Too close to it and bumped it. Afraid it's gonna start moving off. It's the problem with breaking something down like this in space. Is you bump it wrong, you're gonna be chasing it. And yes, I've had to chase busted ships flying through space, and more than once I've chased them and gone, well, I guess that one's gone. If you're joining in for a first time, we are working our way through Space Engineers 2 story mode. Survival story. Mostly sandbox building, but this time they've given us a survival story to go with our default setup, which some people are really negative on because it's not a true sandbox that way. But to be fair, to be 100% fair here, Space Engineer 1, we have multiple scenarios provided to us by the developers that are part of the game. That is no different than what we have here. I know there are going to be people that are very upset that I have such a simple opinion on that, but hey, it's just another scenario to play through. I'm still building what I want to build and the way I want to build it, how and the time frame I want to build it. I'm going through and visiting their builds and tearing them down and scavenging and all the other things that I want to do in my at my speed. I mean, look at the Explorer here. I completely made that by scratch. And we'll go back and watch the 2 episodes that took. Feel free. I appreciate it if you do. They're on my YouTube channel. But you know, that's why not a... I don't see the addition of the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Addition of this story mode as a, oh no, they ruined Space Engineers. No, they just gave us a little bit of a start. They've already came out and given us the completely do whatever you want with it start to go along with it, so they're not forcing anybody to play their particular scenario first. If that's something that truly offends you, no need, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. Give us a couple of larger cargo containers. Give us a cockpit. Actually kind of liked where they had their ore detector. Makes sense for this kind of ship. And we'll want an antenna. To it like an old 80s style pickup truck. Alright, now we have that part of our miner. Now we need conveyoring to the drills. Gee, let's pull up drills. Can I get where I want it to line up? Does that line up where I want it to? No, it's too high. It's not going to do what I want. I'm going to have to do... Conveyoring. We want the small conveyors, not the big ones, the small ones. Here we go. Curves. No, the straight one first, I think. Nope, I did want the straight. I did not need the straight one. I mean, I need to come forward one more, but, you know. The straight one comes second, and the curved one first. Shift R to go back one, yes. There, that's where we want it to mount up to. Alright. Yes, alright. Actually, I changed my mind already. I don't want him out there. Let's go. Is that the 2? Yes. Whoa. What happened there? Alright, I need to go back to... Alright. It's the exact same size as this. So to leave this block actually should be right there. I should be fine right here. Find out real quick though, won't we? How's that look? Exactly like I was thinking. There we go. That's going to have a nice beefy chew to it. Alright. Hit the right buttons. Alright. Now that gives us a hefty set of drills. And it gives us 2 big cargo containers, about as big as we can make so far. I see a place to put. I have to remove that. I gotta put a different spot for the antenna.
Suit energy low.
Of course it is. I'm busy here. I keep not bumping into that even though it's completely not there. I could fly through it and nothing would happen. This doesn't even have a single metal plate added to it yet. Oh well. Okay. Now. Gee. Thrusters. What are we using? Ion thrusters. I hit the wrong button. Well, we do have the ability to build the bigger ones. it suddenly stop going where I want it? What the heck? It's got some type of snapper on that I've not seen. There. Now I get what I wanted. There we go. Now give us plenty of reverse thrust. And we can use the bigger thrusters to look cool. I hit the wrong button again. There we go. Line those up. Of course they won't line up where I want them to. I don't want that one, I want the half cube. That's in a different spot. It's hidden in that slot. Hit the wrong button again. There we go. Whatever. Alright, now that will let me build what I want to build. What I want to build it. Even if that's not staying there, its existence has allowed me to place that exactly the way I want it. And that's what mattered. I've got my way. Well, it sounds bad, but, you know, in a game like this, getting things to build the way you want them to build is what matters. Alright. Now then, we are actually going to do something a little different next. I'm going to use another cargo, but I'm going to use the littler cargo. Oh, I want the little cargo going that way, though. Guess I need to go back in here. Go to the conveyor end. Go. Slap a connector on. Question is the connector low enough there? No. The connector could be lower. I hate when I do that. Get rid of stuff I don't still have on my inventory. Alright. There, do it like that. Now let's center it more. Plus give us way more thrust. Or way more cargo. Not thrust. Didn't affect our thrust at all. Now, back to speaking of thrust. I want this again. I'd like to come back a block further. What? I swear, sometimes it just does not know what the connection points are. You want laying down like that? No, I think I want standing up on end. Ah, that spot just does not go like. I do not like that spot. Guess I'll put it there. Might position it without doing that. I don't think so. See this spot right here? I wish that lined up where when this square part lined up with that, this square right here was out, so that the back of this square was even with the front of that square. So, you know, it looked like it's supposed to be there. Right now it looks like a, what would that be? 50s era Chevy. Two big fins with the brake lights on them sticking up out there. If you know more about cars than me, you feel free to let me know which year vehicle I'm actually talking about. That's way a lot of thrust going forward, but we have a fair amount going in reverse, side to side. All we now need is up and down. And guess what? I actually need a spot for that too. Alright. Except for like with those, I need a place to put it. Wait. There. Oh, it's hard to see what I'm doing that way. There we go. See how it jumps a whole block? I only want you to go a half a block. Alright, up, down. Left, right. Forward, back. We have thrust in every direction. We have a connector. We have our functioning. What we need now is gyros. Gyros and batteries. Wrong button again. Be nice to
energy low.
jump all the way up to a huge battery, wouldn't it? There's no call for going that big on batteries, but it'd be cool too. I mean, this is a huge battery. Where to put? Where to put? Well, that's an interesting idea. Completely have to redo those, though. Go. Now I need to replace those ions I just took off. So we don't need the batteries anymore because we're done with them. There we go. Yes, I told you to put in 3. Yes, that's exactly what I said. Three in such a way that the back one would burn off the front two. That's exactly the plan. That's a great plan. We all like that plan, right? Alright. Now, gyros. They're too big to fit in that hole, which, not really a surprise. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and we do the same thing down over here. 1, 2, 3. Gives me 6 gyros. And I will have one heck of a mining brick. I will say I try to make my ships look pretty, but mining ships, I almost always end up in brick or tube shaped because I like to be able to drill straight ahead and just keep drilling even once I go into left click mode. That way I don't have to worry about whether or not. Interesting thing about how I built this though is I can even go like this if I had the right thing, because that's not it. I can even go like this on top and have a top and bottom. I could theoretically even do one on the back. Of course, whatever I connect to on the back is getting melted. So, probably not. That would probably be a bad idea. At least I think so. I don't think we should melt what we're connecting to. There's no reason we can't do a top and bottom connector, though. Anything else? Everything else... I think we have everything functional on here now. Now it's just a matter of welding it. So let's start off with not iron and steel. Here we go. Steel plate, construction components, and motors. Steel plate. Construction components. That's not very many motors. There's some more though. There's some more. There we go. Alright. Since the core of this ship is nothing but cargo containers, let's start there. We will paint it afterwards. Like we did with the Explorer. Okay, we have cargo. How many ion chambers do we have here? Because I don't think it's going to be enough for this, so let's check into that next. IONCHA. I have 6. What does it take to make them? We do have a building right here that can make them, though, so it's not like it's the end of the world. Production. Ion chambers. Copper and gold. Inventory. Copper. But no gold. Do I have gold in here? GOLD. I do not. Can we... Production. We cannot break stuff down yet. Well, therein lies a small problem. Was there gold hiding over here anywhere? Or did we mine out everything we found? And lead was what I was left with, but I did not mine out. Oh, wait, there's gold. There's gold. All is not lost. Gold! in the real world. I'm rich! I'm rich! Gold! Lots of gold! Of course, if you could build a ship like this in real life, you would be rich, so, you know, whatever. Alright, we're going to leave what's left there, as we are going to need a little bit of... Oh, it's right underneath. Oh, that's inconvenient. Negative is, if I remember right, this is full. Let's yank the iron out.
Inventory full.
And give you the gold. Should be enough to get you started. Ion chambers. I need 3 per, is that right? And I have 6. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 18 per side is 36. Minus 6 is 30. Well, that's simple. That's simple math. I can do that in my head. Produce 30. Saying it has plenty to do that with, so awesome. Now, take the gold iron in my inventory, stick them in here. And I guess let's start by welding on them.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Smaller ions use different components than the large ones, I know that. What? I don't know where it thought it was connected to. Where it was supposed to be connected to, I should say. See, these are all steel tubes down here. That is not what I clicked on. Why do I have those?
Suit energy low.
Of course it is. I'm working. Of course my suit energy's low. I've always got suit energy low when I'm trying to do stuff. There we go. Okay. Now we need some copper wire and some gold thread. Honestly, don't know how much gold thread I need. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Not like I can't just go and make more. I run out. I am right next to production facilities. We are rocking and rolling. Okay. Now, those just need some more tubes to be finished, but ditch those. Let's go and grab my ion chambers. Grab the rest of them out of here. Ion in. There we go. Oh yeah. We are rocking and rolling building this thing. Okay. Actually, I changed my mind. A ship that runs purely on electricity and has no way to recharge itself is doomed to be trapped in space. However, this ship doesn't fit. This ship is just about perfectly sized to swallow a few. Why does that not look right? I centered it on that block, which is obviously the center, but you don't get to center it on the center of that. That's crazy. Alright, so where is center on that then? Oh, it's a half block off. Oh, that's just not right. Oh, because it's an even. Oh, I'll have to do something silly to make it work. Alright, put that there for a second. Come out even. And then go halfy. And switch back to this. And well, I want you to go where I want you. Seriously. It will not mount on the half. You jerk. I can't mount it the way I want it. Ah! That's frustrating. Okay. Well then. I guess we'll set it there. That's frustrating. I find that very frustrating. I can't put it where I want it. Oh well. Too late. Alright. Back to working. Let's do the cockpit. Actually, let's get the steel plate and steel tubes to finish off our thrusters.
Inventory full.
There we go. Now let's finish all these out. Do the 10 at the front. Then we'll do that solar panel and the batteries and the cockpit. Alright. Battery. Battery. Construction components and electric parts. Glass. Glass, electric. Alright, construction components and electric parts. And glass. We need glass. I can't remember which one to click. Construction components. Just take off 50 of those. And 2 glass? Is all that's in here, really? There's gotta be more glass. Seriously, where's the glass? Is that really all the glass that was here? That really was all the glass that was here. Alright, well then, we're gonna need some of you. There's one thing I know for sure. That's not enough glass. Alright, we have batteries going. We have batteries being charged. I assume, anyway. Shows it's functional with all the right dots. Not that I see a lot of light here, but, you know. I need more steel plate. More steel plate. Okay. And that is a Alright, we're gonna need motors. Yep, motors are gonna be my next thing to grab. Oh, with some more construction components. Oh yes, it's back here. And that's all the motors I have on me too. Alright, and now I have a fully functioning miner. Well, not fully functioning, but it can actually fly in every direction and rotate and all the things that would have to do to be a functioning miner. Let's go be nickel, I believe. Without looking for it.
Inventory full. Suit energy low.
Suit energy low. Okay. So yes, we have batteries, we have everything that this thing needs to move. Construction components are an issue. I still didn't bring enough. Wow, those things take a lot of construction components. The new cargo connectors. Okay. Alright, we have an antenna. Not the antenna. I don't want the antenna. Needs steel tubes. I'm coming for the drills soon enough, but we're not there yet. And a little bit of wire. It only was one, and I grabbed 10, but you know. Okay. Now let's build out my cargo. Or conveyors, I mean, not cargo. I already built up the cargo. Need a lot of tubes to finish that. Yep, tubes. Okay. See if that's enough. Oh, I do need more plate too, so grab some of that while I'm in here. Surely I still have plate hiding out.
Inventory full.
we go. Wipe all of these out. We are going to run out of tubes. We didn't grab enough. Alright, where's the rest of the tubes hiding in here? There's a bunch.
Inventory full.
There we go. Alright, compressors being my next thing, and I was pretty sure, yep, they cannot be backpack built. So, COMPR. I have 12 compressors. How many do I need? I have 2. I need 12 more. Okay. Production, compressors. We need 12. And it wants nickel that it does not have to do that. Let's give it some nickel. Guess what? I have nickel. There we go. I need some wire. And that's some more stuff.
Inventory full.
Start as far away as possible and work our way back around. Okay, we're out of steel plate. Let's go get some more steel plate. Hopefully we can get enough steel plate to finish out.
Inventory full.
Alright. Now then. We can prettier it up later. But it should, as we leave it sitting here. Okay. Batteries. Battery is working. Time until empty. Current input 0. Couldn't input 0. Couldn't input. Well, that's not great. What about solar? Yeah, here. Current output 0. Well, that's why. where's the sun so we can check this out? Or is it that there's just no sun in this particular... I'm not seeing any change. Oh, no, their current output. We're making out. We have output now. There we go. Now let's check the batteries out. Batteries, they are charging. Yay! Awesome. Now, let's take this. Over here to the gold, for example. It is definitely a light show when I'm flying it, ain't it? Ooh, I don't have lights on here at all. This thing needs lights. We forgot lights when we were building. But when it comes to actually doing what it's designed to do, it's got no problem doing that. Oh yeah, we're having no trouble mining. Using my spacesuit lights as, you know, headlights, since I forgot those. But we'll fix that in a minute. I do like the orange grind light that we get when we use this, as opposed to it just being dusty and blocking your vision entirely like it does in Space Engineers 2. There's 1, I mean. yeah, this is going to be a perfectly acceptable vehicle. For what it is. I mean, it's ugly as sin otherwise. If it was anything more than a miner, it would be ugly as sin and would need to be seriously rethought. But it's a mining ship. They're supposed to be ugly. LIGHT. We need both kinds. We need some interior lighting and spotlighting. Can I stick it right here? Yeah, I can go 3 sets of lights. New one, right? Really? Let's go behind the black line. Alright. I wanted it on the black line, but you know, whatever. Alright, that should give me plenty of light out the front. Now, as opposed to the rest of the vehicle, we'll go right about there on. There we go. And really, why won't you put it there? It should place there. Will not place that light on that battery. I find that frustrating. Fine. We'll just do there. It's probably better anyway. Alright, we need a bunch of construction components. We need a bunch of construction components. Got it. If I don't get myself stuck in my other ship. That should do it. There we go. I hate it when it does that. No, I won't weld it while you look straight at the middle of it. But if you get it on the very, very edge, I'll go ahead and weld there. There we go. Now we'll be able to see where we're flying. I ran out of construction components before I ran out of lights. That's, you know, testimony to how many I put. I'd rather have too much light than not enough. Apparently, I did not get these welded yet. Alright. Now we have everything this thing needs to actually function right. Let's go get the rest of that lead. Oh yeah. Except for, I don't think... No, I am mining lead. It's just saying it's like 10 meters. Why is it shaking? There's pieces of lead floating away. What on earth? It's like it's confused as crap. Okay. Yes, I seriously just shut that off, because that should not be doing that. Okay. Okay. Fix that. What is going on? Alright. Alright, cockpit's full, that cargo container's full. This right here is the thing they need to get fixed next, I think. I should not have to manually do this part. because my drills are not smart enough to do this part. Nope, it's not gonna do it. So I shut it off. Come in and do it manually. There's just something about the way the cargo is currently running. It just does not know what to do about that. Maybe that's why theirs was set up the way it was to avoid this bug I'm working on. This is a huge lead deposit, though. Holy cow. Alright, let's again go in and empty my drills before they freak out. The amount of lead here is just ridiculous. I can't see me needing this much lead anytime soon. Silicon, nickel, and iron. At the moment, we'll pretend like I don't need any of that, because I don't think I do. Let's go finish salvaging this. Base. And head back over to our base. And actually, that's not true. I know I need iron. Crap. This ship is already so heavy with all that lead in it. Well, that's kind of cool the way I have the lights. It almost makes a bullseye where my drills are going to land. They can flat chew up some ore deposit though, can it? It already has as much as I had. Alright. Pull you out, pull you out, pull you out. Yeah, looks like everything that's left is drills. And I will actually drop some of this lead. I have so much lead. Considering we have yet to really find a whole lot of use for it beyond ions, I have so much lead. actually think I might have a... Ooh. Seriously, drilled straight through like that entire area. Done a really good job doing it. In the process. Alright. Shut that off. So I can come in here and look. Alright, that connector's full. We have an empty cargo container. One drill, two drill, three drill, four drill. Completely empty. Alright. I do get a little stuck in the dead center of it. The drills are just far enough apart. I have to be side to side strafing to keep going forward. But there's an empty cargo container. Drill to cargo, drill to cargo. All the drills are empty. Cargo container's less than half full. Let me go and catch those floating pieces that I see. As well, we may not need that much lead. 16k iron is something that we've gone through already. So, we will use this iron deposit up. I don't think we're going to need any of the silicone or other things that are here, but iron we need. Plus, we already have a bunch of the silicone and other things in the base up there. This thing just can flat grind out a plant or grind out here, can't it? All right. So much for iron being here. Of course, now we are heavy. Ooh. Yeah, this is a heavy ship now. The irony of how much I just put on here is not lost to me. Holy cow. Alright. Was there any more left over here too? Or did we manage to fly in here and grind all of it out? Yeah, we did that earlier, okay. Tiny bit of iron there. Not enough to worry about. Okay. Yeah, because this thing has how much iron in it? There's 15, 14. The drills are losing their minds still. K DRILL. I think if I just turn the drills off, that will stop. Yes, that does stop as soon as you turn off the drills. Okay. So I could actually move some of this stuff back into the drills. I know you're asking, why would I move some of it back to the drills? Well, I actually have a reason. Because if I fill up each drill with apparently 8K of iron, I can then more easily fill up the cargo container and we are going to get rid of some of this lead. There's just no need for that much lead. Jeez Louise, I've got as much lead as I have. 1 drill, 2 drill, 3 drill, 4. I have almost as much lead as I have iron at the moment, and that's just
Inventory full.
an unusable amount of lead at the moment. I may regret this. Keeping just the 25 may be something I regret.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
But that is 25,000 lead, in addition to what I have just laying around elsewhere. Here, you guys bounce off. See you later. Go away. Just don't forget, there's still stuff in here, including 2K of lead. Yeah.
Inventory full.
And that's why we went ahead and ditched it. Because, yeah.
Inventory full.
Just a little bit of a unnecessary amount of ore. I don't actually want to put any of that in there. Okay. Now.
Inventory full.
Don't need that lead, because I have way too much lead. Yeah, don't need that much lead. I have way too much lead. Alright, let's pull out the iron, gold, and silicon.
Inventory full.
Finish loading you up. Now then, that should be boink. All the ore on this in here, right? Not quite, okay. Alright, there is no more ore in here, except for ice, and that's a whole different story. Beautiful. Oh, we didn't name it. What should we name it? It's boring, so let's call it a boring. With the borer. I know, not the same bore, but yeah. Control panel, that's what I want. This is the BORER. The borer. There we go. There we go. Turn that off. Okay. Now, things we know we want to take with us. Grav gen, because we can't even build them, and grav cores and heavy duty plate. Always something we were willing to take with us. Don't care. We really should worry about more about that. I know, always full. Inventory always full when you break those things down. Grav gens are heavy. Or grav components are heavy. Whatever the right word I'm looking for there is. Heavy duty plate also isn't small. I say we take the assembler because of the gold thread. Quit being a pain. It only dumps into the top bar. Whatever one's on the top is the one it will fill first. And then it won't go and fill anything else up. Which is frustrating. Please fix this. There's nothing here except for steel plates that we really need. In case you're wondering why I need steel plates so much, is I started building my very first asteroid base in Space Engineers 2 last week, and we ran out of iron. That's why we took this mission. I have lost a steel plate. There it is. See what I mean? By sometimes in space you end up chasing stuff down. Where'd it go? Doing that to a whole ship, especially if the ship has the ability to accelerate and you can only go so fast. Yeah, it's gone. Kind of like, watch this. Goodbye. Goodbye, cruel world. Let's throw you at a different angle. Of course, they all break up into separate pieces and go flying in different directions. But actually kind of goes further to prove my point of why I was so careful grinding earlier. Alright. The gear forge, let's take that with us. Even though there's no need. Other grids, I guess, but we have cobalt near our base, so that's not an issue. What we really need is the upgraded cargo at our new base so bad. Alright. Honestly, I think got what we need. Yeah, I think so. I don't think we need a whole lot more. What we do need to do is decide which one of these two ships is the better one to drive. Okay. Disconnect. Flip over. No. Cut that out. Oh, I'm really already close enough. Ow! Stop that! Ugh. Well, you're not parked then. Connector. Connect. It won't connect. Let's try doing it from this side since that one won't connect. They're too close in size is part of the issue, I think. Grab the connector. Alright. What am I running into? See, it thinks it's running into something. I think it is the. I think I know what the problem is. I don't know why it's being a problem, but I'm pretty sure. That landing gear is what's causing my problem. Is it connected now? Yes. Yes, it is. No, it's not. What on earth are you doing? Nope. Okay. Well then. That plan is not going to work. But that's okay. We have a plan B already in place. Ugh, neither one of these ships are great to guide the other one, I just realized. At least not that way, so. Come back, put my landing gear back. GAR. There we go. Beautiful. Now, See? Plan B. And the best part is, now we won't melt each other. I think the real question now becomes which one has better gyro control. Oh, I don't think it's the Explorer. Although I may need to do this first. Yeah, turn that off. Now the Explorer can have full control. Ugh, never mind. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Alright, let's try the borer and see if it has better control. Yeah, it's got better. Neither of them have good, but this one is definitely the better one. Alright. Whoa, whoa, what's going on? Alright, oh, this is gonna be fun trying to get both of these to go. Oh, enough's enough with this for a second. Alright. Well, that proves that there is not enough gyro between these two. G-Y-R. Gyro. Do I have a bigger gyro? No. Alright. Let's double up on gyros. One, two, three. One, two. Really? Why is it doing that? There. 3. Construction components and motors. There we go. As heavy as this ship was anyway, it probably is fine that I add some extra gyro to it anyway. Because when it's full, it feels full. Getting a gyro that was, I don't know, 4 times the size of this one probably wouldn't hurt. Alright, do we have the ability to turn now? Yes, we are turning now. Not as quickly as I would like, but we are moving 2 ships. I hit the wrong button. Alright. Now, the sun is below us. No, it's actually over there. So I need to rotate Stop, 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 no. Urgh. Stop. Yes. Alright. Now, pick up some speed. Oh, ions are so slow to accelerate. How crazy is it that using this ship I can accelerate faster? Unfortunately, we keep turning the direction doing it, though. I have to use this ship to provide steering and that ship to provide thrust. There we go. I could probably push it faster than that, but not a good plan. As it is, we're not going to stop if we see anything. I wonder how long it would have took those ion thrusters to get both these ships up to 100. Because it was not doing the job. And the irony is, the hydrogen thrusters can do the job easily, but don't have anything else going on for them. Alright. Now we just have a stressful flight through space, hoping that all the asteroids we see are off to our left or right. Because, yeah. Otherwise, we're going to crash and lose both ships. Sorry about that. Okay, let's look at our batteries and see if they're charging like I think they are. Oh yeah, barely, but they are. We should. Now, the contract terminal is not where our base is. Our base will be in a couple of real small asteroids. About, I think it's 6 kilometers from the contract terminal. I don't know. When we get closer, we'll find out. Nope, there it is, actually. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. again, the Explorer can't stop or can't turn us, and the Boar can't accelerate. The two of them. So we are going to go and drop off these two ships. We accelerate to decent speeds. Pulling our little friend with us. We get within a couple of kilometers, we will probably disconnect them and fly each in separate. In fact, I guarantee you that's what I'm going to do. Use the more powerful ones to handle that maneuver. Alright, now disconnect the Explorer from the Boar and fly that last 2 kilometers manually. Because it's no hardship on the Explorer to do that quickly. Look at all the ice. Fuel! So we're going to dock this to the back of the sledge and unload it. Now then, inventory. I want this to show me the Explorer. I want you to show me Kermit. In case you weren't here when we decided to name it Kermit, it's named Kermit because the story base over there is Kemet. And, well, we decided that we were going to make fun of that. Well, it may make fun, it's not the right term, but we were going to name our base after it, except for we were going to think about Miss Piggy. I am Kermit the Frog. Sorry, my Kermit is terrible. Yes, that's everything the Explorer needs to be fit it out. So disconnect it. Let's move it out of the way. Park with our gear. Yes. Alright. Now let's take a look around, find the borer. There you go. As we just absolutely blast. To the board. And then we'll hop in it. Which we actually are flying straight at it. Okay. Ions really are slow when accelerating, aren't they? Holy cow. This is without the Explorer attached to the back of it. Whoosh. Right past. And again, part of that is this thing is just absolutely loaded down. I do realize that part of my acceleration is because I'm got enough ore on here to crush everything else here. I mean, hold on a second, let's look here. Ore shows 107,000 kilograms. The sledge shows 78,000 kilograms. Okay. 107. That one was 78. This one now empty is 37. And the base, where's the base? The base. It's all about never mind. Not doing it. You all thought it too, I'm sure. And if you didn't, you're young. Alright. And the base is currently only about 200,000 kilograms. So my base is only currently about twice as heavy as my miner. That's a heavy miner relative to everything else I have. Alright, now we're getting it close. There, we got it. There's something about where that is placed. It does not want to. I wonder if it's because I don't have any landing gear on here. Could it just be the game doesn't know how to handle it without landing gear? Let's find out. Actually, I have one on my inventory. I don't need to do that. I just need my inventory, my hot bar. Right. Okay. So that is the... No. That's the right height. Alright. So we'll put one there. One there. And then there and there. Grab some steel plate. So grab some steel plate. We need some electronic parts to finish these out. I'll get those as soon as I get this. It would be dumb if the only reason I couldn't do this earlier is that it didn't have landing gear. Alright, electronic parts there. Come on, weld. Alright, 2. Alright, now let's see if it'll dock. If it will, that is a weird bug to have. No, it will not. There's just something about that connector it does not like. Let's grind it off and put a different one on and see if that fixes it. Okay. Alright, we'll replace the connector. And same problem. Okay, well, I wonder, I'm just gonna have to lower the connector, I guess. I need conveyor slice. The good news is, at least we didn't run into the a bug I was thinking was there. Oh, good grief, we are way over time today. If you watch me on YouTube, at least you'll know why I'm late. I'm going to get this docked. I'm going to get this docked before I quit. Come on. Why is that not welding? Seriously, it will not be hit that to weld it. Alright, there's that one welded on. Alright, now see if you'll dock. And... no! I don't understand what is the problem. And, as we just discussed, I don't have time to figure it out. DOCKING, the miner. That way I don't forget what we are doing. Hit save. Let's get a good screenshot. With the HUD turned off. There we go. Just a good screenshot. Alright, I will see you Thursday for more Space Engineers 2 Chaos. As always, I am the Blind Gaming Guy. Until next time, have a good week.